What is up, my friends? Welcome back to the channel. This is Kate TV. I'm your host, Kate. Today, we're going to be doing a part 2 to homeless people are disappearing all over America. And before I get into that, though, if you like what I have to say and you like these videos that I'm making, please go ahead and hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, share, all the fun stuff to go ahead and help me out so I can keep making these videos for you guys, okay? So without, rambling on too long, I'm going to go ahead and get into it and let this man talk.
Who am I here with?
My name is Norman Robbins, and I'm not your grandpa.
Awesome. I love that.
So do I.
What are you doing at the Republic Square right now?
I came to find a young mentally retarded woman that I was with yesterday, who I gave a bath and gave some clothes to. She's supposed to be sitting right here with one of my bags and a man named Adam.
Norman, are people disappearing?
Not here, as far as I know yet. They are in Houston.
Why are people disappearing in Houston?
They're being sold, sir. They're being trafficked to other countries.
Homeless people?
Yes, absolutely. Some of them are not homeless. They're just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and they become homeless.
That's so scary. That's so scary. And you know what? I got chills when he said that. You know it's true. That's got to be what's going on here. These people are being taken and they're being sold to the highest bidder.
It's interesting. Do you mind stepping up a little for me?
Whatever you want.
Norman, did you just come from Houston, or how do you know that?
I got from Houston. I arrived here August the 10th. I arrived in Houston on July 3rd, which was my birthday. Had some business meetings. On July 10th, I was robbed and beaten by some, what I like to call zombies. The Walking Dead is real in Houston, downtown, as it used to be here in Austin in 2021. You can ask the next question, or I can keep talking.
I just ran into a guy whose half his friends just disappeared in the last 2 days.
I believe it.
And that's kind of my main, I think, quest today is to figure out what's going on. Why are people disappearing?
It's what they're smoking, sir. They call it tune. It's actually been sent to a chemist friend of mine. It's LSD 25 hard. What's being done, as far to the best of my knowledge, is being dissolved in mineral water. They're buying OG Kush so they can call it OG Kush. They're rolling small joints. They're dipping it in the LSD. They're cutting it into quarter-inch sections and selling it to people for $5.
That's so scary. Imagine just casually thinking you're buying some OG Kush and it turns out to be LSD, dude. Oh my gosh.
If you should smoke that whole quarter-inch, you're taking anywhere from 50 to 100 hits of acid at once. I have seen men older than me fold in half like a paper clip. That same man died 2 nights later. Everybody called him Pops. He had a big gray beard and 2 German shepherds.
You know who else used to experiment with giving people large doses of LSD? It was the CIA during the MK Ultra experiments. Isn't that interesting?
How long you been out on the streets for, sir?
This time, since the 10th of July, when I was robbed in Houston. I've also spent 15 days in jail for the first time in my life. I'm 68 years old. I was arrested by the Austin Police Department for threatening to punch a 26-year-old man who called me a liar.
Why would he call you a liar?
Earlier in the shift, I had purchased a 12-ounce can of Coca-Cola for 79 cents. When he took over, the price of the Coke went to $1.59. When I told him 2 hours ago I paid 79 cents, he called me an effing liar. And I said I should jerk you over that counter and slap you in the face with your own hands. The police were called. I was asked if I was trespassed, which I had been earlier by the McDonald's, not by the convenience store. When he started to put the cuffs on me, I refused to answer any more questions. So he never got the details. And I spent 15 days in jail, the first 8 under the wrong name.
Do you think it would have gone different if you would have communicated?
Oh, absolutely. But he didn't want to listen. He wanted to arrest me.
I hear you, man.
So I told him, contact my attorney. I gave him the attorney's name, which I'll leave out right now. He's in Houston, Texas. And when he takes people's money, it's a hoot.
Sorry, is this guy in the background like worshiping the tree or something. It's really distracting, whatever he's doing.
And he knows who I'm talking about.
Do you think you could turn your hat backwards?
I can do whatever you want, sir. It's got a name on it. Does that make a difference?
How old are you?
68, sir. Born in 1957, July 3rd.
You've seen some stuff.
I've seen it all, except for the invention of the plane and electricity. Everything I've ever seen on a movie is true. Star Trek, when they first came out with flip phones, calling people. My first phone was a Nextel. I thought I was Captain Kirk.
Man,
Speaking of movies, have you guys seen They Clone Tyrone on Netflix? These videos are really reminding me of that movie and making me feel like that whole movie was actually just a documentary. Basically, what was happening is the government was kidnapping people and experimenting on them and like putting stuff in the fast food restaurants, like chemicals in the food to make people, you know, crazy or make them sleepy and just like all kinds of crazy stuff. You got to watch it if you haven't seen it. Just a side note.
what the things that are going on in the world right now and talking to people like you is exactly what this channel needs.
It's big cities. It's in the middle of every city. They're restricting water flow to the sewer system. They're turning the general public against the homeless. When they restrict water flow in the sewer system, the urine smell and the feces smell stays. It doesn't get washed away. People in Houston are onto it. They have a big Nigerian man who can lift these water main lids. He loves to do it. They lift water mains and they bust them and they run them right down the drain so nobody sees them. And they'll run for hours and hours, and that block will become scent free.
Wow. Why do you think people are disappearing right now?
I know why people are disappearing, because there are people in the world who can afford to buy people.
We all know he's right about that. This is not average people purchasing other people. These are very, very rich people purchasing people, which is really scary. And it makes you think too, like, obviously, I'm just recently in the last few years even learning about how bad the human trafficking problem is in our country, in the world, but in the United States too. Because, you know, when you grow up in the United States, you're taught that this is just the most wonderful land and nothing bad happens here and everything's great and you're safe. And then one day you kind of realize that that's not true. And in the last few years, kind of that's what's happened with me. And I am realizing that, you know, human trafficking is a huge thing. And it's huge amongst the elite people, the elites, whatever, the 1%. Really scary, guys. These are the people that are writing all of our laws. These are the people that are, you know, they are supposed to be working for us and making our lives better instead of hurting us like this. Like this is crazy. And this could easily, like, make no mistake, this could happen to you. Like you could just be down on your luck one day and be out on the street for some reason, walking in the wrong place, and someone could just come take you and sell you to somebody. Or you could be at a party and you think you're smoking OG Kush with your friends, and turns out it's extremely strong LSD, and you get all out of it, and somebody come and kidnaps you, and it's just it's that simple, it's that easy. It's really scary. It's really, really scary. More people need to be aware of human trafficking. It's a lot of people, I feel like, just pretend that it's not happening around us, and it is. It's obviously happening in plain sight. And the reason nobody's doing anything about it is because it's happening to a population that people don't necessarily pay attention to or care about, which we should, because if it's happening to them, you know, it's going to happen to us too. That's how these things work. You turn a blind eye, and eventually it ends up at your doorstep.
And do with them what they want.
And we're at a change in the administration right now. Do you think that has anything to do with it?
No, absolutely not. This is done way bigger. It's done by someone who, if you mess with him, If you mess with them, they'd have no qualms about taking out your whole family.
And you've seen it in real time in Houston.
Yes, sir. I saw it in real time. I hung out with a lady named Alice. She was 26 years old. Her father was a multimillionaire from Cleveland, Ohio. She suddenly disappeared, and 4 days later, my friend Scott got a phone call from her. She was at home in Cleveland. She had been in Liberia. Her father paid $1 million to buy her back.
Man, wow. That's just basically ransom, right?
No, that was a purchase price. She was property.
Wow.
Wow.
Man, I don't want to make this whole video about people disappearing, but
Well, we can make it whatever you want, or you can stop now and we can sit comfortably later on, maybe over dinner.
Yeah, man, this is what I want to do for you. What's your message to the world?
My message to the world is we're here. We're all messiahs. We were sent here to save the world. If you're watching me right now in real-time news, you know what's going on. You know what time it is. There is no time. We have the ability to live past, future, and today. Stay within the moment. Be kind to one another. Check how cruel you are to the others. They will soon catch up with us. When they do, we will love them like we did before. But until then, they can stay back from us and we can love them from here.
Wow, man.
And I'm going to go ahead and end the video there because they're not talking about the trafficking anymore past this point. But I really just wanted to talk about the trafficking because it's obviously happening, like in plain sight, right in front of everybody's eyes in major cities all across the United States. Let me know in the comments, guys. What are your thoughts? Have you seen anything sketchy frequenting, certain areas? As I said in the last video, I really think this is happening in Wilmington, Delaware. Yeah, absolutely. I've seen some people that are out there every single day and all of a sudden they're not there anymore and you never see them again. It's really scary. Life is very precious. All life. Okay. And even people who are down on their luck, people who are struggling with drugs, people who are struggling with their mental health, their lives are valuable. And it's scary to me that so many people turn a blind eye to things and so many people don't value human life anymore. Really scary and sad. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. I'd love to hear from you on this topic and this subject, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.